Oh my God. Okay, so get this. Joe Burrow, the Bengals QB, totally wanted his. So get this. Joe Burrow, right? He's like, guys, JaMarr Chase and T. Higgins to stay. Like he straight up said it publicly. And guess what? They totally made it happen. They re-signed Chase for a massive deal, making him the highest paid receiver. Yo, Bengals, keep Chase and Higgins on the team. And everyone's hoping they'll all stick together. So next thing you know, the Bengals drop a ton of cash, like $161 million for Chase and Ever, and Higgins now a huge contract too. So now these two dudes are like the richest receiver duo in the whole NFL. It's kind of wild, right? Only 3 teams have receiver duos pulling in that kind of cash. $115 million for Higgins. That's insane, man. They're now the highest paid receiver duo ever. And seriously, only 3 teams in the whole league have guys pulling in that kind of dough for receivers. The Eagles actually won the Super Bowl with their guys getting paid big bucks, but then the Dolphins, with their super expensive receivers, totally missed the playoffs. And the Bengals, they were chilling at home during the playoffs before they signed these guys. The Eagles won the Super Bowl with their receivers making bank, but the Dolphins? Nah, they missed the playoffs even with their star receivers paid big. The Bengals themselves were chilling at home during the playoffs before they signed these guys.
So sign Chase and Higgins to these mega deals. So if you add Burrow's huge contract from last year, they're dropping like $124 million a year on just 3 players. Woo. Now here, you add Burrow's massive contract to the mix, and these 3 players are eating up like $124 million a year. That's a huge chunk of change. And here's the kicker. The Bengals' their defense was a total mess last season. They lost 6 games where they scored 25 points or more, and 4 of those were when they put up at least 33 points. That's rough. Last year was a total mess. They lost a bunch of games where they scored plenty of points, like over 25 or even 33. They were ranked like 25th in points allowed in total defense. Yikes! And get this, their top defensive player from last year, Hendrickson, is apparently not playing under his current contract. So it's going to yike.
Plus this one dude, Hendrickson, who was their best defensive player and even led the league in sacks, he's not playing under his current contract. And get this, their first-round pick, this be super tough to see any improvement on defense, especially without their best guy. Last year, their offense was electric, with Burrow having a career year and Chase totally crushing it. But nope, still couldn't get into the playoffs because their guy Stewart, he's also on a contract standoff. He's the only first-round pick from 2025 who's not signed. So the defense is looking pretty rough without their top guys. Even defense was just not there. They fired the defensive coordinator and hired a new guy, but honestly, it feels like a total Band-Aid. They just don't have the talent on defense because, surprise, they poured all their money into though Burrow had a killer year with passing yards and touchdowns and Chase was amazing too, they still missed the playoffs because the defense was so bad. They fired the defensive coordinator and got a new one, but honestly, it feels...
Seriously, these massive contracts are messing with their defense. Hendrickson, who led the NFL in sacks, is in a contract dispute, and their first-round pick, JaMarr Stewart, is a Band-Aid on a gaping wound. They just don't have enough talent on defense because they poured all their money into the offense, especially those 3 guys. So Burrow got his wish, and the offense should be stacked again, but in a contract standoff. He's literally the only first-round pick from 2025 who's still unsigned. So yeah, Burrow got his wish, and the offense should be insane again. But man, they totally messed up their defense in the process. Is that going to work? We'll have to see, but you know what they say? Defense wins championships. At what cost? They kind of shot themselves in the foot with the defense. Is this a winning strategy? Who knows? But you know what they say? Defense wins championships. We'll just have to wait and see.